Polynesius last week while he was battling her uncle for the throne. The king, Creon, declared that Polynesius should not be buried because of his acts against the king. Antigone, not taking this well, took her brother's body and took a plane to an island in the British Isles. Here, she started to bury her brother where she was confronted by a boy. The boy, Jack, claimed that this was his part of the island and she cannot bury her brother here. Antigone, already hearing that her brother could not be buried once, and knowing that if her brother was not buried, he would not move on to heaven, was outraged. Antigone jumped onto Jack and started punching him. Jack, scared for his life, called to another member of his tribe, Roger, to help fight Antigone. Roger yanked Antigone off Jack. The fight then became Antigone pitted against Jack and Roger. Amazingly, Antigone had a huge rush of adrenaline and completely pummeled Jack and Roger. Antigone then finally got to bury her brother. After she was done, a naval ship arrived on the island. The captain of this ship has seen what Antigone has done to both the boys, and then took her into custody, leaving Jack and Roger stuck on the island. Antigone was later convicted of assault and sentenced to prison for 4 years. Antigone was still happy though, because her brother was finally buried. Hello Verona, here is your 5-day weather forecast.
On Tuesday, it's going to be pretty hot with a high of 99 and a low of 53. Wednesday, 30% chance of rain. You might want to take a raincoat or umbrella to work. 88 degrees, low 48. Thursday, it's probably going to rain. 40% chance of rain. Still a little bit cooler. Friday, still 40% rain, but it gets a little bit warmer. Then Saturday is looking very nice at 95 degrees, low of 58. It's going to be partly sunny with a little bit of clouds up there, but you'll be fine.
2 weeks ago, a man named Odysseus was trying to sail back to his home of Ithaca after fighting a long war. Instead of landing on the island of Ithaca, he landed on an uncharted island. When Odysseus realized he was on an unknown island, he decided to make himself king of this new island. What Odysseus did not know was that there were already people on this island. After a few days on the island, Odysseus started to notice some strange things, like a fire burning on a mountain which he did not set. The next day, Odysseus saw a group of kids walk out of the jungle. Immediately, he ordered the kids to explain their presence on the island. The kids' leader, Jack, did not like the fact that this new man wanted an explanation to their presence. Jack knew he and his boys were on the island before Odysseus, so Jack would not listen to anyone else. Jack explained to Odysseus that he was on the island first, and Odysseus would have to listen to him. Odysseus, wanting to be king of the island, was outraged. He gathered his men, and that night set out to attack Jack and his boys. Odysseus and his men arrived at Jack's camp and started the war. The fighting went on for hours until only Jack and Odysseus were left. Jack quickly got the upper hand and tackled Odysseus down. Jack then tied him up and dragged him into the jungle. Here, Jack left Odysseus by a pig head on a stick as a sacrifice to an island beast. After this was all over, another group of kids came out of the forest led by a boy named Ralph. Ralph and Jack used to be in the same group, but then fought and split up. Now that Jack was the only one left in his tribe, Ralph used this advantage to capture Jack. Ralph is now the leader of this island, and his life on the island continues. We will be right back after this commercial break.
Odysseus warships, they are the best warships in the business that you can buy. They will defend the wrath of any god.
Today is a very sad day in all of our hearts. Piggy, only 12 years of age, died. In his residence of London, Piggy is missed greatly. Piggy was a great young man with an innocent soul. He unfortunately crash-landed on an island with many other boys. During this time of trying to survive the island, the boys split into two rival groups. One day, Piggy and his friend Ralph decided to go visit the other tribe, led by a boy named Jack. This was the end of the road for Piggy, when a boy in Jack's tribe pushed a rock off a cliff straight onto Piggy. This huge rock crushed every bone in Piggy's body. The rock then threw Piggy onto a beach. The tide then rose and swept Piggy into the water. Everybody misses Piggy dearly. He was an amazing person, and he did not deserve to die.
Yesterday, the biggest game of football occurred at Ithaca. It was the Poseidon Plungers pitted against the Hades Helpers. The beginning and middle of the game, both teams were neck and neck, keeping the score tied. Then in the fourth quarter, with 15 seconds left on the clock, the Hades Helpers went for a Hail Mary. Number 24, Odysseus, ran all the way down the field to the 10-yard mark, where Telemachus threw a perfect spiral right to Odysseus. Odysseus caught the ball and started to run, but then it happened. At the 2-yard mark, Odysseus was struck by a lightning bolt and fell backwards. The fall made him fumble the ball. Poseidon Plungers picked up the ball and scored a touchdown, winning the game. After the game, we talked to Odysseus, and all he said was, "It was the stupid gods' fault. They ruined my perfect game on purpose." After hearing this, we decided to have a little chat with Zeus. Zeus explained to us why he hit Odysseus with a lightning bolt. He is an arrogant little one, always saying the gods are stupid or he is better than the gods, said Zeus. Zeus explained how annoying it was to hear Odysseus putting down the gods. Zeus and the other gods were tired of Odysseus, so they decided to hit him with a lightning bolt, ruining his football career. Zeus explained how it was punishment for the crime. Odysseus was fired after the game and still hasn't learned his lesson. So he continued to put down the gods. Reporting live from Channel 2, Chris Hopday. Now back to Damien.
We will be right back after this short commercial break.
Poison of Verona, it will work in 10 seconds or less, guaranteed. Call the Apocryphy to buy.
Damien Hobday here with a new piece of technology for all you folks out there who are into technology. Released today was the new Plane Tracker 9000. This device was made because of the rescue of a group of boys from an island. The group of boys crash-landed on this island and were stuck here for well over a year. This device was made to keep track of every single plane that is taken off, even after the plane has crashed and all electronics were destroyed. The way that this device works is that in the paint of the airlines, there's now a special polymer called Finderos. The tracker sends out signals that can travel the whole entire world in less than 1 second. When the signals hit the polymer Finderos, the signal is then relayed back to the tracker and the plane can be located. This is a major feat in history because now all crash-landed planes can be located as soon as they are reported crashed. Hopefully this new device will prevent people from getting stranded after a plane crash. This has been Damien Hobday with Tech Talk. I will see you next week.